So raise your hand if social media has ever felt like a second job, one that takes way too much time. Yeah, a lot of you. Or maybe you've just spent some time on it, you posted for a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months, but then you ghost your social media for even longer.
Yep.
Kind of like that houseplant you forgot to water, right? Or maybe you just have no idea where to start or how to get your social media to lead to clients. Some of you would love to get some clients from their social media. Yeah. So, good news is I'm going to be sharing with you a strategy today that my students and I use to actually attract more of those dream clients, save time, and be more consistent. But before I get into that, I want to tell you a story about falling off my horse, Ernie. Strangely enough, it actually relates to why many entrepreneurs disappear from their social media for weeks on end. So the fence in the warm-up ring was so tall, it was practically disappearing into the clouds, which meant that I would have to be so accurate in my approach to the fence. Otherwise, it would be a painful disaster. So Ernie and I are galloping towards the fence. He's yanking on the reins like a golden retriever that has just spotted a squirrel. So we're 3 strides away, 2 strides away, 1 stride away. Oh no! I've messed up the approach to the fence. Ernie realizes this at exactly the same time, and he throws on the brakes, which launches me into the air. I think I'm okay. Don't think anything was broken. I think I'm okay. The warm-up ring is silent. You could hear a pin drop. All eyes are on me. And I can practically hear what they're thinking. Who is that girl? How does she think she can show at Spruce Meadows, one of the top places in the world for show jumping? She clearly doesn't belong here. And of course that inner critic is thinking the same thing, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think, or what that inner critic Lindsay thinks. Because what matters is I get back up on the horse. Now, there's a rule in show jumping. If you fall off your horse, you have to get up right away. I see you nod there, yes. It's a rule. You don't wait a day, because that one day, it turns into 2 days. 2 days turns into a week. A week turns into a month. And before you know it, those riders, they're never getting back up on the horse. So, very important that I get back up on Ernie. So my trainer brings Ernie over, she passes me the reins. She doesn't say anything, because if she did, the waterworks would start. So, grab the reins, put my foot in the stirrup, swing my leg over. Terror is just rushing through my veins. Ernie feels it. He's dancing around. He's upset. And I know there is no way I'm getting over the fence like this. I cannot allow to feel this terror. So I need to ground. Calm. Ernie calms down. All right, we've got this. Let's try this again. So we start galloping towards the fence. We're 3 strides away. 1 stride away. So 2 strides away. 1 stride away. Ernie sprouts wings. And we fly over the fence together. So that familiar rush of exhilaration and satisfaction fill me. We did it. Now I tell you this story because how many of you here have fallen off the horse of social media? Yeah, I see some nods. And a lot of my students tell me that once they fall off, they feel resistance to getting back on. And one of the reasons is they're afraid they're going to fall off again. Valid fear. They're worried about being judged when that happens by everyone who's following them. They're worried about that shame, that embarrassment. So it's easier to procrastinate, to just push it off and do it later. But I'm here to tell you, don't do it later. If you fall off that course of social media, I want you to get back on as soon as you can. Now, who here would love to know a way to not fall off the social media horse in the first place? Yeah. Awesome. So one of the strategies is to create themes with your social media that you post about regularly. So 3 to 5 themes that you're posting about throughout the entire year. Now, there's a couple of reasons for these themes. The first is that you have a place to start. Because how many of you open up that Instagram app and you're like, blank screen, what do I post? So it's going to solve that problem because it's a framework, it's a starting point for you. Because if you know the theme, you're like, okay, I'm going to talk about fashion, fashion tips today for Shelby, for example. So she knows where to start, right? So it's a really great starting point. It can also lead to sales, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So with these social media themes, they could be things, like one theme might be education. So you might educate about what you do. So Karen might talk about, speaking in front of audiences, maybe some of the delivery tips or things like that, or some of the identity shifts people have to go through. So there's different things you can talk about for your particular area. That would be educating them about your topic. Another theme would be testimonials. Karen talked all about testimonials today and yesterday. So put some of those in your social media and have them, consistently throughout the year. The third thing is personal brand. I don't know why you like to hide from the camera, but it is really important these days to show your face, for people to get to know the person behind the brand. In this world of AI, robotics, and generic posts, you're going to stand out simply because you are you. So that could be another theme that I highly encourage. Fourth theme is speaking about your offers. We talked about in my testimonial there, I had resistance to selling. So I strongly recommend having a theme in your social media that talks about your offers. Maybe you're inviting them to a masterclass. Maybe you're inviting them to your workshop. Or maybe you have a special coming on, like a spring promotion, or something like that. So that would be another example. Those are a few examples of themes. Now, themes can actually lead to sales. I want to talk about one of my students, Karen McGregor, our lovely coach today and facilitator and amazing speaker. So she took my workshop. Before she took it, she was frustrated with social media. How many of you have ever felt like it's a waste of time? You put all this time into it, but there's no results. Yeah. So that's what she was feeling before. She just didn't find it was really working for her. And then she implemented social media themes. So it was a strategy to really help her get connected with her audience. And people started reaching out, started commenting, engaging with her in the DMs, and then actually registering for events. So themes can lead to sales. Now, that's all I have time to talk to you about today, but I do want to invite you to my free masterclass this Thursday. So you can come chat with me at the back. In that masterclass, I'm going to be going deeper. We're going to be covering 3 unconventional secrets on how to save time with your social media, how to attract more of those dream clients, and be more consistent.